We have gotten so much rain this past week, which is awesome because we really needed rain. And it's been really hot and humid every day, and then just bursting into a shower in the evening for 2 or 3 days in a row. And so I've gotten out to work more on my project First Impressions, which includes trying to landscape the front of our house and clean up the porch. And I painted our front door a couple weeks ago, so it's just kind of this whole big list of things that I want to do. And when it all comes together, it's going to make the most wonderful first impression. That's my plan. So we were gifted this beautiful rose bush by some neighbors, and I have a rose bush on the other side that my husband gifted to me, and so I thought I'd put one on the other side. And so my little girl and I came out and we dug a hole. She loves to help me garden. It's so much fun when you're a kid to dig in the dirt. Thank God we have a big bathtub. And so I had a lot of fun digging out this hole, and then these two are going to be on either side of the front door. I've got these bricks kind of delineating these little flower beds in front of the house from everything else, and I'm not sure what to do where the bricks stop and everything else begins, because our grass kind of scraggles out at that point, and so right now it's kind of a muddy, weedy mess. I am not an expert. I am not a gardener in any way, shape, or form. This is just like baby steps for me. But I'm having fun, and I guess one of these days I'll do more reading or Googling around or something, but I'm pretty much just doing what I know how to do right now without a whole lot of extra information. And sometimes I think, I don't know, maybe you all tell me if you're the same, but for me, like, I guess it's analysis paralysis. Like, I will want to read a topic to death or plan out, exactly perfectly what I'm going to do before I get started. And as far as taking care of the front of our house goes, which it's stopped me completely. It's paralyzed me completely. I haven't been able to do anything, and we've just had like a weed patch out here, which, it's just fine. I was also busy, really busy, doing a lot of other things inside the house and everything. But I have found that it's just with some things like that are really intimidating to me, or just in general, like something that's intimidating, sometimes it's best just to sort of dive in and not worry too much about getting it exactly absolutely perfect. And then once you're in it, what you need to know will present itself. Anyway, that's what I have found. So over here on the side, this whole area I am working on digging up. It had a lot of little baby saplings in it, and unfortunately those roots had gotten pretty deep, but I took my husband's mattock and dug them all out as best as I could. I didn't get any video of that because I forgot, but it was, oh, there it is. I did. It is a really fun, satisfying activity to dig out little saplings with a mattock. I had no idea. What a great stress reliever. There's something so much fun about just like rooting them out of the earth. I highly recommend it. So I'm digging and turning up this whole area, and I have one teeny little hydrangea plant, and I would like to plant it over here. And then we also have a lot of ferns growing around the back of the house, and I was thinking of replanting some of them over here. Or maybe I would love to get more hydrangeas and just have like hydrangeas lining our little stone pathway going up to the house. But all I got done today was sort of working on turning over the soil in this bed, and I will have to return to it another time. One thing about gardening is that it's so tempting to just run out and buy plants, and I'm trying to be thrifty in like a smart, not cheap, but thrifty. So we have a lot of things growing here from former owner who was a gardener and had beautiful plants, and they're just kind of hidden around the property. So before I rush out and buy anything, I want to look around and see what I could possibly transplant. But yeah, this has become a fun little activity, and I'm just taking it really slow and trying not to let it stress me out, or I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself to have it all done at once. When I first started a couple weeks ago, I thought, oh, this front part will take me, I'll get the whole thing planted up on the front and the sides, and I can do it in a week or two. Well, I'm time optimistic. Have you ever heard that expression, time optimistic? It means that you think you can get a lot more done in the time that you've got than you actually can. That's me. And if you're like that too, I feel like a lot of us probably are. It's okay if you can only get a little bit done. Like I've been telling myself, even if I just get one hydrangea planted this year over here, it is so much better than what was here before. And next year will be better, and the year after that will be better, and so on and so on. And just little bit by little bit. I love that gardening is such great exercise, and I love when I can incorporate household beatification into like kind of into a workout. So today I decided that I was going to deep clean our room, and when I do cleaning, I like to treat it like a workout. I like to treat my gardening like a workout. I know it's kind of the slow burn, but what I do, real workouts, I love ballet bar. And so I like to dress up like a ballerina. I danced as a child, and a few years ago, my husband gave me this ballet skirt and leotard for my birthday and some ballet shoes. So when I do bar, I do like to dress up in my skirt. So I decided that I was going to deep clean our room, and then I was going to do some ballet, and that was going to be my workout for today. With everything that we need to get done around here on the daily and regular basis, I find that I can tend to neglect my own bedroom, and I think that a bedroom could be a place to really relax. Like I love to come in here and read at night, and it tends to become kind of a dumping ground for, like I'll put my laundry away later, and just have these stacks of books and everything. So I'll do a cursory dusting, but it hasn't really been, deep cleaned in forever. So I thought, if this room was really clean, that would probably just add a lot to our well-being. I was actually reading the other day that every night you breathe out like a cup of moisture and you sweat out a cup of moisture, and I forget what all the statistics were. I don't have the book right in front of me, but it was a case for airing out your bedroom and keeping it really clean. And of course you're in there breathing in dust and whatnot. That's the main thing too, is that you spend so much time in there, and then if it's dusty, it's got to definitely be affecting you, right? So I decided to really get serious with the dust today. We are so lucky to have a fireplace in our room. Of course, our house is really, really old, and fireplaces were how they used to heat absolutely everything. So we have quite a few, and this one actually still works. Most of them are blocked up, and we do enjoy using it. I think that the original owner of this house actually might have died in this very room, which is interesting, or something you'd rather not think about, depending. But I think that it is an interesting fact. And I remember years ago, I think reading in one of the Anne of Green Gables stories, character saying that they used to say a house wasn't really a house until someone was born in it and someone died in it, which of course is very old-fashioned, because these days most people do neither at home. But I think that's that might be changing, or even if it's not, some people still do. And of course, in the olden days, home was where you did both of those things all the time. So I don't know if anyone was ever born in this house. I imagine they might have been. Our neighbor, who's now deceased, she shared with me once a few years ago that she was staying in this house as an overnight guest. I can't remember why she was the neighbor, but she was here as an overnight guest. and she went into premature labor with one of her children, and they rushed her to the hospital in town. So she almost had the baby in the house, but I don't know if a baby was ever actually born here. But I'm pretty sure that the original builder and owner of this house died in this room that I'm cleaning right now. I moved our dressers and stuff and wiped the backs of them and wiped down the baseboards and the floor behind them. Oh my gosh, they were so dusty. It's amazing. You think a room is clean, or you've dusted it, or you're keeping up with it, and then you pull the furniture away from the wall. And it's a whole different story. Something that I certainly never used to think about. The first time I ever thought about moving furniture away from the wall to dust, my great aunt, she was no longer able to do that kind of thing for herself, and she asked my mom to come over, and I guess my dad too, and help her move the furniture away from the wall to dust. And I was amazed. All of this furniture here I have painted at various times. This is Parisian patina and that green dresser, and then Scandinavian pink, this little nightstand, and I can't. There's the little vanity behind me is painted in a milk paint color, Lexington green, I think. And this is my corner to get dressed and start my day. So it's really important. I'm sure Marie Kondo would agree for it all to be neat and tidy and relaxing. I always put my makeup on in my room because our bathrooms they don't have storage for that kind of thing in them. They're old fashioned. The pedal still stinks. So these baseboards are very, very tall, and I guess that was to protect the walls from the ladies' giant skirts back in the day. And then the floor in this room, underneath it's a wood floor, but at some point, I don't know, the 20s maybe, they put this linoleum over the floor. It would have been like the finest floor covering of its day. It's just really, really thick. And you can see it was blue and had a flower pattern, and then it was falling to pieces, I think. And the lady that we bought the house from, she painted it with this floor paint to like save it and stop it from deteriorating further. And she painted it brown and put this border stripe around it. And she also put up this sort of brown flowered wallpaper, and I really, really like it. I think she did a great job in here. A lot of her other decor choices I did not or do not particularly care for, but I think she really did a great job in this room with this paper, and her insight to save the linoleum floor by painting it, I think, is great. Paint can be such a wonderful thing to a coating, architectural coating. I always think that's interesting on the paint can. It'll say architectural coating. You're like, huh, yeah, I guess it is. You're coating architecture with it. But it can really save things and sort of prolong their life just a little bit longer. I got all the dusting done. I even went under the bed, and I am feeling so much more relaxed. Just coming in here feels so good now that I know all of that dust is gone. It's really something. Um, the tops of the dressers are cleaned and tidied, and there's just nothing like tidying up sometimes to enhance your well-being. And now I'm all warmed up and I'm ready to go do my bar workout. I love to work out in the dining room. I feel like I'm in a Degas painting. If you've ever seen those of the ballet rehearsal, it always looks like they're in some old house like this. So I'm going to enjoy my workout, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your week. I would love to hear in the comments, do you find to have a clean room, is that relaxing? How do you clean your room? And I will see you again next week. Take care. Bye for now.